Ever since I was younger, I was into video games.
Somebody like the Fuse so I can bring bad news to all these crews who can't NBA jam with the shoe.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another beer review, continuing our marathon beer reviews, as we sometimes do on this channel. Another new brewery to the channel, Green Cheek. They are in, I want to say they're up like, is it Fullerton? Orange. They're actually in Orange. Fun fact, I used to work in Orange, California, circa 2000 and, when was I? I was during college, 2000, 2001, somewhere around there. This is Wherever You Land. This was just, is there a date on this? There's not. This was released last week. What's today? Today's October 26th. I think this was released over the weekend. And my man Sergio reached out and said, hey, do you want to try this beer? And I said, I would love to. I've had one other Green Cheek beer, and I tried to review it, and sometimes I have audio problems with when I record, and the audio did not record on that review, so I did not get to try it. But Green Cheek, the story goes, I think one of the brewers, I don't know if it's the head brewer, so I don't want to misspeak, but one of the brewers from Noble left Noble, and now we have Green Cheek. People are kind of going crazy over their beers. It's kind of a hype thing. That's what happens with new breweries right now, especially right now. Like, I don't know. I'm old enough to remember when beer was just fun. It wasn't about lining up in lines to get beer, and you could just kind of drink it and have a good time, but times has changed. But yeah, this is 7%. Yeah, 7% alcohol by volume. It says hazy IPA. I think this is a wheat beer, to be honest with you, but I'm not 100% sure. My buddy Sean said that people lined up for hours for this beer. They actually released this, and then Sergio there was a lager that they did, a German-style lager. I'm going to review that shortly, because it's still kind of Oktoberfest-ish time. I don't know. But it's funny, the side of this can says, "Hi homies, what's up bros? I'm a can of hazy IPA. The guys at Green Cheek work their hardest to make me the most delicious thing that I can be. Please keep me cold and drink me within 3 weeks of my release, and you'll be totally stoked too." First of all, don't tell me when to drink your beer. I'm just kidding. But I will say, if it's within 3 weeks, a lot of the New Money Haze bros are going to say it's too green. It's still a bit green. Just saying. After I drink this, I'm going to go on Untappd. I'm going to look up, and I guarantee you I will see reviews that say it's still a bit green. Because people like to complain when they drink hoppy beers that they're too hoppy. Stop drinking hoppy beers if they're too hoppy. I'm just saying. Look at that. There's not a lot of head on that. It is murky AF. I love this can art, by the way. Just the colors on there, it's really, really cool. And I can smell that from here. I don't know the hops in this one. If you guys have been watching my reviews, I try to not look up hops, because I don't, gosh, like, this looks like orange juice. It's crazy. I try not to look up hops anymore, just because I don't want to have like a preconceived thing of what I'm going to smell and taste and just kind of be lame. I just kind of like smelling what I smell and tasting what I taste. So yeah, it probably looks lighter on camera because of the lights out here, but this is really dark and murky. It almost looks like that homebrewish. But that's kind of what everyone's doing these days. It's crazy. Literally, there's no head retention on that. So I don't know if this is undercarb or what the deal is. I don't know if it's the wheat that does that. Who knows? But there you go. That's what she looks like. Like I said, I could smell that as soon as I open. This says drink within 3 weeks. I'm drinking this within 1 week. So there you go. Green Cheek. I'm following your rules. Let's shove our nose in it. I mean, it is very green. It's very hoppy. But it's juicy. It's stone fruits. It's tropical fruity. There's a good amount of, like, it's kind of a mix between orange and grapefruit. This almost, I mean, I have to think that they used a lot of hops in this. I don't want to say this smells, if you guys have ever had a really hoppy Trillium beer, if you've had one of like the double dry hopped monkish beers, if you've had, what are the other guys who are doing all the double dry hop stuff? Magnify, like intensely hop. Not that it burns your nostrils, but you can smell like that hop burn. That sounds so dumb, but that's what it smells like. It just smells really intense. I guarantee you when I go on Untappd after this, I'm going to see it's a bit green still. I know it's going to happen. It's a bit green. Fuck. There is. It's like pink grapefruit. I think that might be messing with my brain though and making me think I'm smelling something more citrus and like that kind of acidic citrus bitterness just because it's so hoppy. There is, though. There's pineapple in there, too. It's like, it's so much tropical fruit. So let's go and taste it. Sergio. Cheers, sir. Thank you. Mouthfeel of this is really, really nice. Right off the bat. This is cool. This is a hazy beer that reminds me of a West Coast beer. There is a ton of pithy grapefruit, orange rind, peel on the middle of your tongue with that. This is very green. It's still a bit green. I don't actually believe that. It's very green though, very hoppy. But the taste follows the nose. It's tons of tropical fruits. It's almost like intensely hop so that it's hard to pick them out. But again, stone fruit. Think like peachy. This even has, like I said, it's very hoppy. It reminds me of like when you drink a mango beer. There's mango in there. It's like that peppery kind of hoppy thing. It doesn't burn, but it's pretty intense on your tongue. Tons of grapefruit, orange. There's some sweet tangerines, but it's dank and pithy on the middle of your tongue all the way to the finish, and it's staying there. I mean, this finishes. People say that there's like a long finish to this beer. It's very long as far as like that kind of biting bitterness that sits on your tongue. It finishes though with like this juicy thing that kind of balances it out. There's not a whole lot of like. A lot of times with these beers, like you have like that kind of just slight kind of like crackery, biscuity, malty thing that sort of balances that out. This is very in your face West Coast style for me. That's what this tastes like. But again, we've reviewed 3 or 4 beers before this, so it could just be my palate being affected by the other beers that we've drank. This is really, really good though. I love that it's, I mean, I like the citrusy, acidic bitterness. Again, I've talked about, I don't know if it's actual bitterness that I'm tasting, but just think of like biting into a grapefruit peel or an orange peel. It just sits on your tongue. It's intense on your tongue too. It's very hoppy. It's really, really green. Grassy, herbal, super green, like chewing on hot matter. But I like that. I'm a West Coast guy at heart. This is really, really good. I'm interested to see what other people say about this. It's going to be 4 or 5 days before this goes up, so who knows? Mouthfeel's on point. It's very grapefruit, like actual grapefruit juice. Like with that much intensity on the middle of your tongue. I dig it. Very well made beer. Very well executed. High A for me, like 96, 97. This is awesome. I can't wait to see people say it's too green. Because they will say that. It's very, very green. It's good though. So, awesome first. I don't want to say first impression because I've had one beer from them a couple months ago, but this is the first review we've done on the channel. So I will say it's an awesome first impression from Green Cheek. So that's wherever you land. It's a wheat hazy IPA, I do believe. If you guys have had it, leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. Sergio, thanks so much for sending that one, bro. I appreciate it. So I'm out here, guys. As always, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you very soon. Cheers.
Ever since I was younger, I was into video games.
Somebody like the fuse so I can bring bad news to all these crews who can't NBA jam with the shoe.